Hello, World Tank Blitzers. It's Littlefinger. Hey, today we're doing a review on the SU-100M1 Soviet Tier 7 tank destroyer. Very unique features, as you can see here. It is rear-mounted as compared to these other Soviet tank destroyers. It's much smaller, lighter, more agile. The downside is with the Top Gun, you've only got 2 degrees of gun depression. I typically play it as a sniper at first, let the game unfold, and then use your speed agility to one-on-one any isolated tanks using some really nice damage per minute numbers in this top gun. Real quick, let's look at the tech tree here. And you've just come from the SU-100, and you've now chosen to go down the line that has the armor, has the mobility. The other choice there, branching off from the SU-100, is the big derp 152 BL-10 guns. So totally different playstyles with each of those tank lines. Real quick, consumables, repair, multi-purpose adrenaline, provisions, running condensed milk, improved fuel, and extra combat rations. 20, 11, and 5, making sure to purchase that with credits. And here's the all-important equipment. Gun rammer, you've got really nice pen numbers already, so we're going to increase that damage per minute to 2,800. We're running defense system, camo net. Like I said, early in the battle, I will be camping in this using my camo net. Enhanced gun laying drive. We've already got some nice shell velocity, improved assembly, engine accelerator, and refined gun. This is the one I could see arguing here for vertical stabilizers. If you're kind of actively shooting on the move, the gun does bounce a good bit the second you come to a stop, so you got to keep that in mind. And then, of course, I'm passing up would go with the toolbox and consumable delivery system. Real quick, we got Blitz stars pulled up, SU-100M1 with the top gun. You'll quickly see there 2% gun depression. I do have at the end of the column here the first gun, which is the 1944, and then the middle tier gun. And what you'll notice here is a big drop in the pen numbers. But quite honestly, guys, with this having 4 degrees of gun depression, it is quite serviceable. And I will show you my first game running this middle gun. My recommendation, play your first 5 games with the stock gun. If you don't get enough EXP, go ahead and jump up, use free XP if you can, and then grind your way up to the top gun, because what you're going to get here is some really nice pen numbers, which does allow you to be a sniper, because you have, look at this, over 1,000 on your shell velocity, so you can hit those moving tanks a little bit easier. Aim time, really nice. Dispersion is really nice compared to these little bit bigger derpy guns. But most importantly, what we got to talk about here is the power to weight ratio. I mean, top speed is nice, but some of these tanks are so damn slow at getting to top speed, it's irrelevant. But this tank, look at this, 20, we're blowing 20, almost 20%, 10%, 13% better than these other tanks. We're getting to our top speed early, and we're agile. We can move around quite nicely. Tough to make money in this tank with only an 86% credit coefficient, and the armor does leave something, to it's tough. Let's just put it that way. And if we look at the other tanks here, it is among the worst of outside of the AMX AC 46. It's the toughest tank to play, and with good reason, with only 2 degrees of gun depression. And here we'll just quickly look at that armor. Using Armor Inspector, great website, guys. If you don't know it, please check it out. Not a lot that we can do here. I mean, if you're angled back that much, you're not able to shoot because you've only got 2 degrees of gun depression, right? You can angle it from the front here and get that red, but outside of that, it's your speed and mobility and getting people to hit these shots on the side of the tank that are going to get you bounces. Alright guys, first game here on Naval Frontier as bottom tier, and most importantly, as I mentioned in comparing the tanks, this is with the 100mm LB1C gun, the second of the 3 guns available on this tank. And the reason I just wanted to get a feel for the difference between 4% and 2%. And as you would imagine, being double, it is a lot. And you can see here, in this position, I would be really struggling with 2% gun depression to find a flat enough spot tucked in among these rocks to get these shots in. And I do have another game on Naval Frontier that I will play last. But the downside is the trade-off here on the pen, 175, and we're pumping shells in, and several of those have hit that Type 59, but they're all bouncing. However, you do see you've got some decent accuracy, .299 without any equipment on this gun. So really the trade-off here, as you're grinding your way up, it does make playing this tank a little bit easier because you've got 4 degrees of gun depression, but you've got 175 pen versus 219. So, you know, you really haven't seen the mobility of the tank just yet here in this game. You'll see it here in a second. But here we go again. You know, gun depression is everything. And there's no way I would get that shot off with the other gun. So you can play it just fine. I think the tank doesn't make money either way because of this very low credit coefficient. So you're going to struggle there even with premium time to make money in this tank. But that Scorpion on our team is going to get pushed out. I tried to do everything I could to track that Type 59 in place. But here we go. We'll see this tank just get up to top speed here. You know, we're up to 35 kilometers per hour in no time. Coming around the corner here. And we'll get one more shot in. And, you know, in hindsight here, maybe I should have stayed low and let him be above me. But, you know, I wanted to stay close to this rock, and quite honestly, that shot right there should have killed him. That absolutely should have gone in. That was APCR on the side. We did whiff that one, and that's going to cost us a couple more shots. But at the end of the game, our team is handling this. Again, another bounce. And we're just going to shoot the hatch there and finish him off. So the game's going to end there, but I just wanted to get you a feel of that 4 degrees of gun depression. It is quite important. So you're going to struggle to pen the tier 8s for sure with this gun, but it's manageable, and you're going to lose credits regardless. So don't worry about that. Alright, so in this game we are top tier on Castilla Supremacy, and like I said in the intro, my playstyle in this tank is first, if you can, set up as a typical TD would in a nice spot where you can do damage. It's difficult as I played these games for this review. Every map has so many hills, and with only 2 degrees of gun depression, it really limits where you can go. And I'm just like, oh god, not this map, another friggin' hilly map. So again, this tank is very difficult to play because of that 2 degrees of gun depression, which is why in that previous video I did check out to see, you know, how long you could stay with the 4 degrees of gun depression. I wouldn't necessarily rush up too fast onto this top gun. But obviously, Castilla is one of those maps that does offer plenty of spots for TDs, a rarity in Blitz for sure. And you know, thankfully this football is going to push up and get some spots in, because I saw that bush move where I had taken a couple of shots, so I know there's a tank on that top ridge line somewhere, and we're just going to wait here for him to get spotted. And I just don't know how this game fell apart the way it did, but you know, that's Blitz these days. So anyway, here is the Thunder. All right, and we are shooting this from way across the map, 400 meters, a heavy tank into the front, no problems. 2 shots and a kill. Now we're spotted, and I just wanted to get one shot into the Gravedigger over there, but of course I miss, and I take a shot from the Castilla. Not sure what happened with the Cromwell. I guess he went over the friggin' car or something there. But we're going to get one shot in, get down low, and get in and try to help our teammate here. But look at this. Look how fast. We're up to 50 kilometers per hour, just like that. Power straight up the hill to be able to shoot the Cromwell as he's jumping for his life. So we take the hill. And it's a 4-on-3, so I'm thinking, all right, this is going pretty well. They've got a Gravedigger full health almost, and our E25 is sitting up on the hill there. So which one's the weak one? Well, the weak one is our football, as he's sitting in the middle of two tanks and goes down quickly. I was hoping to get shots in on the JP4, but you know, I'm kind of in a pickle as to which tank to go after, and quite honestly, my hesitation here is what cost, I don't know about the game, but cost me some extra damage for sure, because I'm like, do I turn and go after the Gravedigger? Where's that JP4 go? And this Cromwell B here, he just YOLOs in, and I'm unable to save him. I do take a shot here in the back. Obviously that was the JP4, and we don't aim, and there's mistake number 2, and you're just not going to survive if you make 2 big mistakes like that in this game. But here we go on the JP4. I know he's coming for me. He's a fast tank too. He's coming up the hill, and you know, I'm just moving back and forth, really just making it hard for him to zero in on any one spot. Obviously he can pen me no problem from the front, but we're just trying to wiggle and jiggle. His reload is much faster than us, so he does take us down there. You know, not a great damage game, but I know you guys do like to see those decision making in action, and you know, how they impact the game. So quite honestly, taking that early shot when I was spotted up high on the ridgeline is my first mistake. I guess I was going to say having this E25 on my team was second mistake, but that's nothing I can do about that. You know, and then just mishandling the play on the M4 there. I really should have just rushed him sooner and not been indecisive there in the middle of the map. But actually it was 1900 damage. We're top on our team. And you know, that's just the way Blitz goes these days, right guys? So I wanted to throw this one clip here in from the new Yukon map, and you can see to my left and on the mini map there, most of my team is sitting in the C cap. We've got a couple still lurking over there at D, and I've got my eyes on A, and I'm thinking nice light tank. I'm gonna go bully him. Just be aware, if you do come across a good player that knows where to aim, you're going to get chewed up. You can see here, he's hit my track once. I'm panicking, so to speak. I want to get a nice HE shot, and he's going to hit my tracks again after having killed my driver. So now I'm permatracked, and there's nothing I can do. Just a word of warning, don't get too overly aggressive. And so for the final game, we're going to be back on Naval Frontier as bottom tier. This is just a regular encounter battle. And again, my playstyle, to repeat it for those of you that skip through these videos, first, stay back, be a traditional TD. You've got great shell velocity, you've got decent accuracy. You can be a sniper in this tank without problems, and you can pen very effectively. Then let the game unfold, and then you can choose your targets. You can use the tank's speed and aggressiveness to get in other tanks' faces. Put your high DPM to use, and you know, hopefully you have saved hit points. But you know, obviously that doesn't always happen, and the downside is you've got to find flat areas to snipe from. So not always easy in this tank, and you know, one of the tanks spotted in the middle, and I'm trying to just hopefully get my camo reset. There's a tight 59. And hello, Challenger. Appreciate you coming behind me and also peeking out into the middle in the wide open. My guess is you are now going to be the focus of the enemy's fire. So let's see how long he lasts in this position. You know, and I'm just trying to use this rock as my cover. This is kind of my little position here, dude. I don't need you messing it up. Wasn't really trying to block him there, but I felt like, you know, he needed to be somewhere else for sure. This Type 59 is going to pull up far enough. I know he is, and I'll be able to get a shot into him. We just have to be patient here. Sure, there it is, and then we come back around to safety and we're respotted. Now look at this. Look how difficult it is for me to get shots down the hill with this gun depression. I literally have to back up into the mound, the hill behind me, to help with my gun depression. But nice accuracy on this tank. You know, if you're in that T-32 and someone's sniping at you, then you got to be rocking back and forth. Yeah, not sure what happened with your first shot there, but I'm going to stay close to these hills on my left. I don't want to give him the opportunity to get around me. And like I said, there is our DPM advantage put in order against a tier higher tank. And look at this, we've managed to conserve all of our hit points. We are down a tank at this point. And I've got two big American heavies with their almost impenetrable turrets. Like, just look at all that red. I'm a TD. And I've just got to nail the perfect spot. Can we get the side cheeks? Nope. We're going to aim for the front drive wheel there. Alright, we're going to put some heat into him. He doesn't know where we are. We are camouflaged, and we're hitting his commander's edge. So like I said, you can snipe in this tank for sure. Switch back to AP so we get a shot into the side of the SU. And we've got 3 tanks down there. Still not sure where the 4th is, but I really want to get this SU out of the game when the 4th tank comes up to my left. Still need to get this SU out. Yep, he's showing me just enough I can finish him off. And I had to be on that downslope for that. That is just crazy. But we've conserved our hit points. I'm calling for help. And interestingly enough, this lightweight is going to run from this fight. So we'll send him on his way. It's now 3-on-2. And again, just the speed of this tank to get back into this position. 50 kilometers per hour. It's just awesome. And guess what's going to happen to old lightweight? You're going to bounce, and then I'm going to ram kill you. And again, finish it out with, where is my gun depression? I mean, that's hardly even a hill. That's ridiculous that I can't get down there. And I've been pretty lucky with some people shooting next to me and not hitting me. And again, if you don't aim in, you're going to miss. But look at the speed and traverse. Gets us around, and finally the kill shot. So a fun tank, no doubt, but the hardest tier 7 Soviet tank destroyer, in my opinion, to play. It's just difficult. So hopefully some of those tips there will help you stay alive longer, help you do a little bit more damage. And make the grind of this tank enjoyable, because this is the play style for the rest of the way up to tier 10. Being aggressive, using the tank's armor. So if that's what you like, keep grinding, guys. It's worth it. And with that, have fun out there, stay safe, get educated, not fingered. Littlefinger